Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves finding hidden treasures in your spare change, you might have stumbled upon a 1977 D Lincoln cent. But did you know this humble penny could be worth way more than its face value of just 1 cent? Stick around as we dive into the fascinating history and value of this coin that could be worth up to $44 or more. Before we talk about its value, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1977 D Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, and it's been a staple of American currency ever since. By 1977, the US Mint had already produced millions of pennies with the classic design featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These pennies have remained iconic symbols of American currency, but what makes the 1977 D special? Well, it's all in the mint mark. In 1977, over 4 billion pennies were minted, with the D mint mark signifying they were produced at the Denver Mint. This is the mint mark you'll find on most 1977 pennies, but it's not just the mint mark that makes this coin interesting. While it was common for the Denver Mint to produce billions of pennies each year, some of these 1977 D pennies ended up with unique qualities that make them worth far more than just 1 cent. So, what makes certain 1977 D pennies worth big money? Well, it all comes down to a few factors, specifically the condition of the coin and rare errors that can make them stand out from the crowd. First, let's talk about condition. A 1977 D penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth a lot more than one that's been sitting in your pocket for decades. These high-quality coins, especially those that are graded as MS65 or higher, can be worth anywhere from $10 to $20. But the really special ones, the ones that are nearly flawless, can fetch significantly higher prices. Coins in perfect or near-perfect condition might command up to $44 or more. For those rare uncirculated coins, the higher the grade, the higher the value. But it's not just about shiny coins, there's more to the story. Now, let's talk about error coins. This is where things get really exciting. A small number of 1977 D pennies have been found with striking errors that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Coin errors are always in high demand because they are rare and can't be reproduced. Some of the most valuable varieties of the 1977 D are actually caused by mistakes made during the minting process. One of the most valuable errors to look for is the double die obverse error. In this error, the coin's design is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the date and other details. This error can make a 1977 D penny worth anywhere from $500 to over $1,000, depending on the severity of the doubling. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The doubling can often be seen on the date, as well as the lettering and Lincoln's image. Another error to look for is a repunched mint mark, RPM. This happens when the mint mark is accidentally stamped multiple times, creating a subtle, but noticeable variation. In the case of the 1977 D penny, these repunched mint marks can increase the value of your coin to over $100 or more. The RPM error can be a bit tricky to spot with the naked eye, but with a little patience and a magnifying glass, you could potentially find one of these rare coins. These minting mistakes can significantly impact the value of your coin, so if you spot any unusual features, make sure to examine it closely. So, how do you know if you have a 1977 D penny that could be worth more than a cent? Here's what you need to look out for. First, start with the condition of your coin. If it's in great shape with no visible wear or damage, that's already a good sign. The more well-preserved the coin, the higher its potential value. High-grade coins are worth more because collectors are always on the lookout for pristine examples. Next, take a look at the date and mint mark. The 1977 D penny is unique because of the mint mark, so it's important to make sure that the D mint mark is clear and properly struck. After you check that, start inspecting the features of the coin for any signs of error. Look for any doubling on the date, the lettering, or even Lincoln's image. Those are the signs of a double die error. You should also check for any signs of a repunched mint mark. These errors might be subtle, but they can have a major impact on value. If your 1977 D penny doesn't have any visible errors but is still in excellent condition, it could still be worth more than 1 cent. A coin that has been well preserved, with clear details and minimal wear, could be worth $10, $20, or even more, depending on how it's graded. If you're unsure about its condition or potential value, you can always send your coin to a professional grading service. They'll assess the condition, authenticate the coin, and assign it a grade. This is especially helpful if you're dealing with error coins, as professional graders can accurately identify and certify the rarity of your find. So now that you know how to identify a valuable 1977 D penny, you might be wondering where you can sell it if you find one. There are a few different routes you can take to sell a rare or valuable coin. Point 1 option is to visit a local coin dealer. Coin dealers specialize in buying and selling rare and valuable coins, and they can give you an appraisal of your 1977 D penny. However, keep in mind that dealers will often offer you less than the market value because they need to resell the coin for a profit. To get the most money for your coin, it's a good idea to do some research first and see what similar coins have sold for. Another option is to sell your coin online. Websites like eBay or other specialized coin auction platforms can help you reach a wider audience. When selling coins online, make sure to provide clear, high-quality images of both sides of the coin, and include as much detail as possible about the coin's condition, errors, and any other relevant information. If you're selling an error coin, make sure to mention the specific error and show close-up photos to highlight the details. To wrap up, the 1977 D Lincoln cent might seem like just another penny, but with the right condition or an error, it could be worth far more than its face value. Whether you find one in your pocket change or you come across one at a coin shop, it's always worth taking the time to check the condition and look for any signs of error. These small details can make a huge difference in the value of the coin. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more coin tips and value insights. If you think you might have a valuable 1977 D penny, take a closer look. You never know, you could be holding a rare and valuable treasure in your hand. Until next time, keep on collecting. Next 1987 1-cent USA coins today, we've got something really cool for all you coin collectors and history buffs. We're diving deep into a very special coin that's worth far more than its face value. I'm talking about the 1987 USA 1-cent coin. You might think it's just a regular penny, but wait until you hear how much it could be worth. That's right, the 1987 penny could be worth big money, and in today's video, we're going to explore its history, rarity, and why it's got so many collectors talking. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our future videos on rare coins and collectibles. Okay, let's start with some basics. The 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, was first introduced in the United States in 1793. The design has changed over the years, but the penny has always been one of the most widely circulated coins. Over time, it's become a symbol of American currency, and you'll see it in almost every person's pocket, purse, or piggy bank. Fast forward to 1987, and this penny looks pretty much the same as other modern pennies, the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. However, in 1987, something happened that would make this coin stand out in ways you may not expect. The US Mint produced billions of pennies that year. It wasn't an extraordinary year for coin production, but over time, collectors and coin enthusiasts realized that certain pennies from 1987 were turning up in a way that could make them worth far more than their 1-cent face value. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why the 1987 penny might be hiding a treasure. So, you might be wondering, what makes this coin so special? After all, a penny is still worth just 1 cent, right? Well, here's the thing, the value of coins like this one depends on several factors like rarity, condition, and specific minting errors. As you might know, the US Mint releases billions of pennies each year. But not all of them are created equally. Some are simply more desirable because of issues in the manufacturing process or because they've become rare due to the passage of time. In 1987, the US Mint produced over 5 billion pennies, making it a relatively high mintage year. So, you might think that would mean every 1987 penny you come across would be worth nothing more than its face value, and that's true for most of them. But here's where it gets interesting, there are specific mint errors that can make certain 1987 pennies worth a lot more money. For example, some of these pennies were struck on the wrong planches, or there were issues with how the coins were pressed, causing them to have missing details or strange markings. One of the most common errors that collectors look for is a double die strike. If you've never heard of this before, let me explain. A double die occurs when the design is stamped onto the coin more than once, but the second strike is slightly off-center, which results in a blurry or double image. In the case of the 1987 penny, if you look closely at the Lincoln portrait, you might see double details in Lincoln's eyes, hair, or other features of his face. This makes the coin stand out as a unique, rare error. These double die pennies can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to several thousand, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. Now, let's talk about some of the other ways a 1987 penny can be worth far more than its face value. Uncirculated pennies, for example, are worth a lot more than their regular counterparts. Uncirculated coins are those that have never been used in circulation and are in pristine, near-perfect condition. The US Mint also produced proof coins in 1987, and these coins were specially made for collectors. Proof coins are minted with a high level of detail and come with a shiny, mirror-like finish, making them more valuable than regular coins. A 1987 proof penny in perfect condition could fetch upwards of $54 or more depending on the market and how many are available. Now, you might be thinking, but how do I know if my 1987 penny is worth more than 1 cent? Well, it all comes down to grading. Grading is how professionals determine the quality and condition of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A coin that's been kept in perfect condition since it was minted is going to be worth a lot more than one that's been tossed around in a jar for decades. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A penny that's graded as MS 67 or higher could be worth a lot more than you might expect, especially if it has one of those rare minting errors. Some of the best examples of these coins have been sold for hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. On the other hand, if you have a penny from 1987 that's been circulated heavily, it's probably not going to be worth much more than its face value. But don't give up hope just yet. Sometimes, you can still find coins that are rare in other ways. Even a penny that doesn't have any visible errors could be worth something if it's in fantastic shape, especially if it's graded highly by professionals. So, where can you find these rare 1987 pennies? You might think you need to spend big money to get your hands on one of these, but the truth is, you might already have one sitting in your pocket. That's right, these pennies are out there, and they're still in circulation. So how do you find them? Well, the answer is pretty simple: look through your loose change. People get rid of their old pennies all the time, either by tossing them into a jar or using them without paying attention to their date. So, if you're lucky enough to spot a 1987 penny, take a closer look. Check for errors, look at the overall condition, and see if it's been well preserved over time. You can also try heading to your local bank and buying some penny rolls. People sometimes roll up their change, and you might get lucky and find a hidden gem. It's a fun and exciting way to discover rare coins that could potentially be worth more than just a penny. Now, let's take a step back and consider this: is it really worth all the effort to hunt down a 1987 penny for potential profit? The truth is, if you're a collector, it could be well worth your time. Coin collecting is a hobby that not only connects you to history but can also be a lucrative passion if you know where to look and how to grade your coins properly. Plus, the thrill of discovering a rare and valuable coin is an exciting journey that keeps collectors on their toes. So, next time you come across a penny from 1987, don't just toss it aside. Take a good look at it, inspect the details, and check for any potential errors. With the right combination of luck and knowledge, you could be holding on to a valuable piece of American history that might be worth a whole lot more than its 1 cent face value. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the 1987 penny, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you've ever found a valuable coin, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep searching for those hidden treasures. Next, 1999 D1 cent coin, worth big money and its history. What if I told you that a coin worth just 1 cent could be worth $70 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, you might be surprised by the fascinating history and value of the 1999 D1 cent coin. Stick around, because today we're diving deep into this rare coin story. At first glance, the 1999 D penny may look like just any other coin you'd find in your pocket. It features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and minted in copper-plated zinc. But it's not just any ordinary penny. The 1999 D penny holds a special place in numismatic history, and for the right collectors, it can be worth a fortune. Let's take a step back and talk about the year 1999. It was a time when the world was gearing up for the new millennium, and the US economy was doing well. The US Mint had been producing pennies for over 100 years at this point, but the 1999 D coin had something very unusual about it that made it stand out. The US Mint was working on a series of coins celebrating the 50 states, and the year 1999 was particularly important because the reverse of the penny featured a design with a special emblem that linked to the bicentennial of the statehood of Vermont. But what makes this penny unique isn't the design, it's a hidden feature that is almost impossible to spot unless you know exactly what you're looking for. Now, the real mystery starts when we talk about the errors or mistakes that happened during the minting process. You see, the 1999 D penny isn't just any coin. Some of these pennies contain an extremely rare error that can make them worth a fortune. In fact, a 1999 D penny with certain flaws can sell for over $70 million. The reason these coins fetch such extraordinary prices is due to the rarity of the error and the demand from collectors who are willing to pay big money for a truly unique piece of American history. In fact, the error coins with the die cracks or double die features are considered highly valuable by numismatists. These coins are so rare that only a handful of them are known to exist. When one does come to auction, it can fetch prices that make even seasoned collectors' jaws drop. So, what is this error we're talking about? It all comes down to the die crack. When the die used to strike the coin develops a crack, the design becomes imperfect, resulting in a unique, one-of-a-kind coin. Not every 1999 D penny has this flaw, but if you come across one with a noticeable die crack, you could be holding something truly valuable. So, how do you know if your 1999 D penny is one of those rare and valuable specimens? Here are a few things you should look for. First, examine the obverse, that's the front side, for any signs of a die crack or doubling in the design. You want to look at the lettering and the features around Lincoln's portrait for any irregularities. Sometimes, you might see a doubling effect, which happens when the die was not properly aligned during the minting process. You should also check for other minting defects such as improper strikes or misaligned designs. These small mistakes could mean your coin is worth significantly more than its face value. If you suspect that you have a rare 1999 D penny, the next step is to get it professionally certified. Professional coin grading services, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or Professional Coin Grading Service, can assess your coin and assign it a grade based on its condition and rarity. A higher grade can mean a higher price, and certification is crucial when selling your rare coin at auction. Coins that are certified and graded by a professional service hold more value than those that are not, especially in the high-end collector market. Over the years, some 1999 D pennies with unique errors have been sold for eye-popping prices. One of the most famous sales involved a 1999 D penny with a die crack that fetched $70 million at a major auction. It's mind-boggling, but it shows just how much collectors are willing to pay for a rare piece of US minting history. The auction buzz around these types of coins is massive, with collectors from all over the world eager to add them to their collections. Now, you might be wondering, why does this penny carry such high value? The answer lies in the rarity and uniqueness of the error. Coins with minting defects often become more valuable as they represent anomalies, and in the world of numismatics, rarity is king. The more unique a coin is, the higher its price tag. Additionally, collectors are drawn to coins that are tied to a specific historical moment, which adds another layer of appeal to the 1999 D penny. In this case, it's not just a coin, it's a piece of history. Let's talk a bit more about the state of coin collecting. Coin collecting, or numismatics, has been a popular hobby for centuries, and it has evolved into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are rare, unique, or connected to significant events in history. This is why coins like the 1999 penny, with its rare minting errors, attract so much attention. They are part of a niche market where the value is driven by factors beyond just the face value of the coin itself. So, if you're new to the world of coin collecting, how do you get started? First and foremost, you'll want to educate yourself on the different types of coins, their history, and what makes a coin valuable. As you begin collecting, pay attention to details such as mint marks, dates, and any unique features or errors that may make your coins stand out. Over time, you may come across coins that are worth significantly more than their face value, and who knows, you might even discover a rare gem like the 1999 penny. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare 1999 pennies, it's essential to handle it with care. Keep your coin in a protective case to prevent it from getting damaged. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can diminish its value. In fact, many numismatists advise against cleaning coins at all, as it can alter their original condition. If you're looking to sell your coin, it's a good idea to seek out professional appraisers and auction houses that specialize in rare and valuable coins. The fascinating world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and finding a rare coin like the 1999 penny is just one of the many exciting possibilities. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the journey to discovering rare and valuable coins is an adventure in itself. So, next time you're sorting through your spare change, take a moment to look closely at your 1999 pennies. You could be holding a coin worth millions of dollars. It's a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the most incredible value. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a passion that can lead to finding rare treasures and learning about the rich history behind the coins we often overlook. Whether you're searching for specific era coins, commemorative pieces, or just enjoying the thrill of the hunt, there's always something new to discover in the world of numismatics. And who knows? The next big find might just be hiding in your pocket.